Hey everybody, Chef Lorious here, back in the Love Lab, my favorite room in the house. Today we are making sausage and tortellini soup. This is going to be so good and yummy and warm for a perfect cold day. All right, let's get going. Okay, let's get going with our ingredients. This is a very filling soup, so come on over. We've got some sausage here. We've got mild sausage and sweet sausage. We've got some tortellini that I've cooked up here, some spinach, green bell peppers, onions, a blend of mushrooms. There's baby bellas in there and some shiitake mushrooms in there, flour to thicken it up, and some various seasonings that we'll walk through as we're doing it. Okay, of course we've got garlic. You know, I always have garlic. I've got my little jar of minced garlic over by the stove. So let's get cooking. Okay, first things first, we're going to start by sauteing up our onions, green peppers, mushrooms, and garlic. So come on over. You know, I love to have my little handy jar of minced garlic by me. I'm gonna put a good amount in there, squeezing it to get the excess liquid out. That's probably a tablespoon and a half. Minced garlic I'm gonna put in there. Then I'm going to reach over and get my onions. I'm gonna try to hold my hands in a good position so you can see the shot. We're gonna add the onions in there. We're gonna add our green peppers in there. This. And lastly, we're going to add the mushrooms. We're going to let all of these things cook up together. Just like this in this pot. This is going to get real nice and soft. And then we're going to add our sausage to it, our ground sausage. Okay, now our sausage and vegetables have cooked up together. I'm going to add a tablespoon of parsley in there. This is some fresh dried parsley. I'm also going to put a tube of basil in there. I like these pastes that I get at the grocery store. I'm going to add this in there. These give really rich flavor. So just squeeze that tube in there. And we're going to stir it around, mix that up together. Then we're going to add some flour to this. Remember I told you in another video, the corn chowder video, go see that one if you haven't seen it already. I like thick soups in my family. So I'm going to add some flour to this to start to thicken this soup up. Okay, I'm going to reach over here and grab this flour. I've got about 2 cups in this bowl. I'm not going to use all of this. You're going to use as much as you need to get it as thick as you'd like. I'm going to start with about a half a cup at a time. And I'm just going to sprinkle the flour in there like this. And I'm going to stir it. And this will allow your soup to thicken up once we add our broth to it. It's really good to add it at this stage as opposed to later when the chicken broth and everything is in there, because sometimes then, flour likes to clump up and then you have to use other kinds of ways to get it loose again. Okay, I'm going to do another half a cup. At the end of this, if it's still not as thick as I'd like it to be, I'll add some more flour to it to thicken it up as well. That's good. That's about a cup of flour. Okay, now we're going to add our chicken broth. I've got some chicken broth here. I'm going to pour this in. Okay, I'm going to add some more chicken broth to this and then we're going to continue stirring. Okay, we'll be right back. Now that we've gotten our chicken broth in here and this is starting to warm, we're going to start adding our spinach. The thing with spinach is once you cook spinach, when it starts to cook, it just shrivels up to next to nothing. So I'm going to add this in a little bit at a time and it's going to start cooking down, and as our soup starts boiling, you're going to see this spinach just shrivel up. What's so cool about this though is this is a good way to sneak some vegetables into your family if they don't like them or if they don't know they like them. It ends up making the soup so pretty they don't realize they're eating vegetables. So I'm going to just slowly add all of this spinach in and then we'll keep going. So our soup is cooking up. It's starting to come to a boil. Come over and look at the spinach. See how it's cooking down? Told you it wasn't as much spinach as you thought. It looks all big like, oh, it's a salad, but it's really not. It cooks down. And as this soup continues to simmer, it's gonna cook down even more. What we're gonna do now is add our tortellini. This is cooked tortellini, just cheese tortellini. We're gonna add that in like that. I always boil it a little bit first just to get, you know, the little, you know how pasta looks when you first boil it? I cook it first on the side just to get that out of it. Now remember, with this soup, because you're adding a pasta to it, the pasta is going to serve as a thickening agent as well. So if you want to still make it thicker, before you add additional flour, see what the pasta does to it. Okay, see there? Oh, that looks good. I'm gonna add some more seasoning in here. I'm going to put another tablespoon of parsley. And I'm going to put some oregano in. I'm just gonna sprinkle some in. These, again, are to taste, however you want it to taste when you get with it. And I'm gonna put some garlic pepper in here. And, don't you like that? And some red pepper flakes. Not a lot, because this is not a hot soup, but you know I like flavor. If you've been watching me for any period of time, you know I like flavor. So just a few red pepper flakes in there, and we're just gonna let this soup simmer together. See that? Let me get another spoon so you can start to see the texture. See how thick that's coming up. See that? And this spinach is gonna continue to cook down, and the sausage is in there. We've got onions. Oh, that looks good, and it smells really good. I love this. Okay, we're gonna let this simmer together and let all these flavors become friends. Remember our soup friends. You wanna keep everything in the pot together and let our soup friends just, hello everybody. We can't wait to eat you. And we'll be right back. Well, our soup is finished. Come take a look. This is such a good hearty soup. See, it's nice and thick. I added some salt in here. I add salt last usually to these kinds of things because I don't like to over salt my food. But you see how good that looks? As this soup sits, it's going to get even thicker. So if you want it thicker right away, keep adding flour. If you're okay with it like this, go for it. I'm going to get to my favorite part of the whole thing. You guys know, the tasting. I love the tasting. Oh, yes. You're gonna garnish this with a little cheese. Now I'm gonna be careful because when I'm hungry and I'm tasting, I tend to take huge bites and I don't look very ladylike. So today I'm gonna do better. See, just a little bit, a ladylike. Oh, cheese, okay. Oh. What's a little cheese among friends? This is really good, delicious, hearty, filling. Okay, comments below, recipe below, cheflorious@gmail.com. Any questions you have? I'm laughing at myself now. Any questions you have, please don't hesitate to ask. Have a great day and happy cooking.